What can you do to get better at keeping the upper body back during a front squat when the tendency is to want to hinge the mid-back during the descent? Even though the front squat allows more posterior expansion in comparison to the back squat, there's still some degree of anterior expansion that's allowed with the front squat. And the reason why that is because generally when you're front squatting, you're reaching the elbows forward at about 90 degrees. 90 degrees of shoulder flexion is promoting internal rotation at the humerus. Internal rotation at the humerus is associated with anterior expansion or putting air into the front of the chest. If you see someone as they're going down and they flex down and hinge, what's going on is what we talked about in the first question, which is you're asking that person, you're saying, hey person, I want you to internally rotate through your thorax, so go ahead and do that. And they might not be able to attain the relative motion in the front rack position to allow that to happen. And so they might be like, okay, well, if you want me to do that, that's fine. But the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to just hinge forward and anteriorly tilt the thorax because that allows me to pick up more internal rotation. But it does so at the cost of losing relative motion between the bones. So the fix, assuming that you're able to get up into the position with full external rotation capabilities, if you're uncertain about that, actually using a reaching ramp squat in a low reach position could be a good way to assess that. If you can't get all the way down, you probably need to work on that first. But you would choose things that would actually bias more anterior expansion to allow you to get into that position. So that could be quadruped breathing on one arm. That could be useful if you're a narrow infrasternal angle. You could use dumbbell pullovers if you're more of a wide ISA person. Both of those will encourage internal rotation capabilities, and that hopefully will allow you to be less hingy on the front squat. Awesome question.